Welcome. In this playthrough of Marvel Champions, a card game, we continue on with Scenario 4 against ZOLA with Thor and Miss Marvel. So for our characters, ZOLA, Scheme of 2, Attack of 2, it's got Retaliate 1. When revealed, searching counter deck and discard pile for the test subject side scheme and reveal it. And we're going to have 14 health per player, so starting with 28. Test subjects coming in with 4 threat on it. When defeated, the first player discards cards from the top of the counter deck until they discard a minion. Reveal that minion. Then for our first of 2 main schemes, we're doing the normal contents, except ZOLA 2 and 3 for expert. We got ZOLA, standard, expert cards, and under attack, and 3 experimental weapons. Setup, searching counter deck for the Hydra Prison and reveal it. Each player searches in counter deck for a copy of the Ultimate Bioservant and puts it in play, engage with him, and then shuffle the counter deck. So we've got those guys over here. Toughness, scheme of 1, attack of 1, and they get +1 attack for each attachment on it, and 4 health. On the other side, threshold of 6 per player. Force response after resolving step 1 of the villain phase. Place 1 test counter here. Then if there are 3 or more test counters here, discard cards from the top of the counter deck till a minion's discarded. Put that minion into play, engage with the first player, and remove 3 test counters from the scheme. And then the Hydra Prison. When revealed, each player searches their deck and discard pile and hand for a hero-specific ally and places it face down beneath the scheme. Place X threat on the scheme where X is the total cost of allies beneath it. Each player shuffles their deck. When defeated, remove the scheme from the game. Return each ally beneath it to its owner's hand. So we're getting the 1 + 7, 3, 4, and 1 there. So we're losing Lady Sif and Red Dagger to start with. Our heroes. So Thor's coming in with a basic attack. So +1 hit point. He was at full health last time, so starting at 15. Thor to 1, attack of 2, defense of 2. Have at thee. Response, after you engage a minion, draw 2 cards, once per phase, hand size of 4. Recovery of 4 on this side. Worthy, action, search your deck and discard pile for the Mjolnir upgrade and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck, hand size of 5. Miss Marvel's base health is 10. Put this in play, goes up to 14, +1 recovery. She's got 1 for thwart, attack, and defense. Morphogenics, response, after you play an attack, thwart, or defense event. Exhaust her, return that event to your hand. Hand size of 5. It's got a recovery of 6, thanks to that card. Teen Spirit, as an action, discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard a Miss Marvel card, then add that card to your hand in a hand size of 6. All right, so finish shuffling our encounter stack. For heroes, I am using pretty much the same stacks. Thor's Aggression, haven't changed anything from the last one. Kamala's Justice, I did add 1 extra card in her deck by the name of Lockjaw. I will go over deck construction at the end of the video. So for Thor, starting with 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Helmet. Got our Hammer, Mean Swing, Mockingbird, and Hulk. I'll keep Hulk just as a defense. Defender of the 9 Realms, Lightning Strike, Valkyrie, and get over here. So not drawn into our resource cards. For Kamala, she gets 6 cards. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we've got Elektra, that's a keeper starting off. For Justice, with the Power of Justice, another keeper. Endurance, Lockjaw, obvious discard, and Big Hands. So we've already got 4 threat out there, so we'll keep those. Discard those into Spider-Man and Amir. Starting off, use his ability to go get her hammer. We haven't touched the deck. We don't have any knowledge. No need to shuffle. We'll go ahead and put our hammer in play, giving us +1 attack and the aerial trait. We'll flip over. We'll tell this Bioservant to get over here. Deal 1 damage to minion. If we have the aerial trait, engage that enemy. So get rid of toughness, bring him over, and we get to draw 2 cards. Hammer throw and a lightning strike. I would love to do a hammer throw, but I want to get some allies in play. So we're going to bring in Valkyrie. After she enters play, we're going to deal 2 damage to minion, 3 instead if we paid for this card using a energy resource. So we can do 3 damage, but we're just going to get toughness off of that one. Then swing for 2. Thor swinging for 4. Then on this side, we're going to use our ability, discarding cards till we find a Miss Marvel card. Finding our polymer suit. We're going to bring Amir in play. Exhausting him, place a card from our discard pile on the bottom of our deck, then draw a card. And we'll go Agent Coulson. Draw into some wiggle room. He was used up. We are going to bring in her suit. Exhaust this, generate a wild resource for an event. We'll go ahead and flip over. We'll bring in Electra. After you play her from her hand, we can spend a physical resource to deal 3 damage to an enemy. Just don't have it right now. She'll come in and swing for 3. And then for Justice, remove 3 threat from a scheme, 4 if we're paying with the right resources. Then, first player, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck till they discard a minion and reveal that minion. Found 1. When revealed, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until attack attachment is discarded. Attach it to him. This isn't going to go well for Thor. We've already drawn his cards for this phase. So we're looking for a tech attachment. To a weapon attachment. There we go. Defensive programming. Attach to the minion with the most remaining hit points without another copy of this card. If you can, it gains Surge, gets +2 hit points, and gains Guard. Then Miss Marvel will slap him for 1. End her turn. We're going to keep Hulk. Drawing 3 more, Power of Aggression, a Hammer Throw, and Relentless Assault. And on this side, Energy. Sneak by, another sneak by, clear the area, and downtime. So 2 threats. We get a counter. ZOLA is going to attack for base 2. We'll go ahead and take it. So 3 damage, down to 12. And get hit for 2 more, down to 10. Attack over here. Miss Marvel will take it for 5. Not happy about that decision. Down to 9. Counter cards. Got a Servant with toughness. Allows us to draw 2 cards. Relentless Assault and Tigra. And on this side, the villain attacks you. She didn't like getting hit that hard last time. Valkyrie will defend, 3 damage, and pass first player. So she'll do the obvious thing, swing to get rid of tough. Guess it would help if I put the 8 thread up here. We will use the polymer suit to remove 2 thread from a scheme. If it removes the last thread on that scheme, draw a card. getting Daredevil. We will bring in Daredevil. Going to have him, let's see here, attack for 2. So he'll take 1 and bump him up to 3. Elektra swings for 3. We're going to go ahead and flip over, use her ability. We found Bruno. We use a mirror, put sneak by on the bottom. Oops, off by 1. Finding Quake. And I'm going to go ahead and spin Bruno to bring in downtime because I'm sure Thor is going to need it eventually. And we'll hold on to Quake. We're going to bring in Tigra for 3. Thor to 1, attack of 2. After she attacks and defeats a minion, we'll heal a damage from her. That does happen before the consequential damage. So she's going to come in, defeat a minion, heal herself if it was able, then take the damage. Then Thor's going to Relentless Assault into that guy, doing 5 damage. With Overkill, got 7 health. So 1 will break through to ZOLA, which does not let him retaliate, but then we will hit him for 4, down to 23, and we'll take a damage from that. Ending her turn. So we'll get 5 more cards on this side. Sneak by, Spycraft, Wiggle Room, Power of Justice, and 4 Justice to go along with Quake. 4 cards over here. Press the Advantage, a Helicarrier, Relentless Assault, and Piercing Strike. 2 threat. Another token. Scheming over here for 2, just 2. So go up to 4. Attacking over here. Daredevil will defend for give the villain a tough status. Counter cards. All right, attached to a minion, there's none out, so it gains Surge. And to Zola's Experiments. Force response after a minion enters play, attach the topmost tech attachment in the encounter discard pile to that minion. Coming out with 6 threat. We want that taken care of shortly. And it's a minion with Quick Strike. So after he enters play, he gets +2 scheme, +2 attack, and +2 health. Quick Strike for 4. Elektra defends. Well, yes, guess we will. And we draw 2 cards. God of Thunder and a Piercing Strike. End her turn. Well, on this side, we're just going to do some setup. 3 cards bring in the Helicarrier. So we can choose a player to reduce the resource cost of the next card they play this phase by 1. We'll choose himself to bring in God of Thunder. Hero resource, exhaust that to generate a energy resource. Then attacking for 4. Unfortunately, he has 5 health. Tigra finishes him off. Heals 1, takes 1. So on this side, use her ability. We get a Shrink. And I am totally good with that. Use that. Good with putting the Helicarrier back on. There's options. Drawing into big hands. We will heal for 6, or at least up to 14. Flip over. I'm going to bring Shrink into play. Good card for a thwart person. When you play a thwart event, exhaust this, increase the amount of threat that event removes by 2. We're going to play 4 Justice, using this as the Wild Mental. So we'll be removing 4 threat, 5, 6 threat from a scheme. Then we're going to bring in Quake. So after minion schemes, exhaust her to deal 2 damage to that minion. Could attack Zola, but that would kill her off, so she'll just thwart for 1. And we'll keep big hands in our hands. And her turn. Get 4 more cards on this side. Downtime, Nakia, Genius, and Nick. 4 cards on this side. Mean Swing, Hammer Throw, Asgard, and Defender of the 9 Realms. So 2 threat. Get her 3rd counter. When there's 3 or more on here, we discard from the top of the encounter deck till a minion's discarded. Put that minion into play engage with the first player. And remove the 3 tokens. So he's not revealed, just being put in play. Still triggers us getting 2 cards for Asgard and a Mean Swing. So attacking for base 2. Quake's going to take it. So shuffle Zola's Mutate into the encounter deck. Then we'll get hit for 2. Over here, she'll just take it. Base 2, 3 damage, down to 11. Counter cards. Attached to the villain, he gains Retaliate 1, so he's at Retaliate 2. It's a hero action. We can spend an energy mental to discard that, which I will want to do. And then attached to the minion with the most remaining hit points. Attached minion gets +2 hit points and Retaliate 1. So we are going to Nick Fury into drawing 3 cards. Under Surveillance, Shang-Chi, and Counterintelligence. We will bring in Shang-Chi. After you play him from your hand, spend an energy resource to stun an enemy. Seems like a good call. Then we're going to bring Nakia in. Alter Ego action, exhaust her to reduce the cost of the next card you play this phase by 1. Nick will attack for 2 here. It's retaliated on, takes his damage. Shang-Chi follows suit. And thwarting for 1. All right, I'm going to spend a mental and an energy to get rid of the energy shield. Swing for 4, so that's going to take this up to 8 damage, taking him out. So no retaliate. Tigra goes in to take out toughness. Make the next card we play 1 cheaper. So we'll do a hammer throw. So exhaust our hammer. It's coming back to her hand, deal 8 damage to an enemy, and it's got overkill. So down to 15. We're hit on down to 6. Then we'll put our hammer back in play. And I think next turn, we need to heal, so we're not going to need the Mean Swing. We'll see what else we get. So ending our turn. 5 cards. Mockingbird, Big Hands for Justice, Embiggen, and Strength. 5 cards here. Get over here, press the advantage, Power of Aggression, Energy, and press the advantage. So 2 threat, going up to 6. Attacks over here, loses stunned. Maybe I should have stayed flipped over for one more turn. Scheming for 3. Counter cards. Mind Ray, or ZOLA attacks you, you are stunned. All right. Nick Fury, maybe it did the right thing. Phase 2, doing damage to each character you control. That's not good. So while he was defending, he gets knocked out, so now it's undefended. So we're taking 2 damage, down to 8. Dirty little trick. Then on this side, got a mutate, and he's discarding cards to find a tech attachment. Got some pain inhibitors, +2 hit points, and retaliate. And we pass first player. So we're going to heal for 6, thanks to our downtime. Flip over. So Thor's going to have a boring turn for him. Doing damage to a minion. Telling him to get over here. He's confused because he's already over here. Retaliates back. 1 for 1, not the best. I'm going to save these to play on her turn. So we're going to play Embiggen. So it's just like Shrink, except we get +2 damage when attacking. We are going to attack. Instead of attacking, we lose stunned, and even though they both have retaliate, the attack didn't happen. I'm going to make the request for a helicarrier to bring in Mockingbird. She's going to stun an enemy. Then thwart for 1. Request Thor to do a hero action. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. If that enemy is stunned or confused, draw a card. And just make sure he doesn't have guard. He doesn't. So dealing 2 damage down to 13. We take 1. Draw a card into strength. And he paid for that with God of Thunder. And then do the same thing again. Pressing the advantage. 2 damage. We take 1. Draw a card. And unfortunately, we can't play him on our turn. And next turn's going to hurt a little bit, because the threat's too close to going over. We're going to keep them both in hero mode. We'll go ahead and keep these 3. Throwing in a genius. All right, too many resources. And then drawing 5. We'll get our first 3. Helicarrier, sneak by an Agent Coulson. Get in a counter card. And shuffle into 2 more cards. Quake and Big Hands. So 2 threat. Get a token. Goes to attack here, loses stunned. That guy's fine with hitting us for 2. Then attacking over here, Mockingbird defends. Place a test counter on the main scheme. Then in the counter card, acceleration token. And we've got one more counter card coming. So first, surge and exhaust your identity. ZOLA attacks you and you are stunned. That's not good. Fortunately, just 2 damage, down to 5 health. On this side, Power Gauntlet. So after the attached villain attacks and damages you, discard a card from your hand. Spend a mental and physical to discard that. And Defensive Programming. He doesn't have that, so he's got another +2 hit points, and now he's got Guard. Pass first player. So we're going to ask for help with this helicarrier to put in our own helicarrier. Then we're going to use that to bring in Quake. Let's see, can this even happen? We can take it down 2, it's going to get 3, 4, 5. Nope, that thing's flipping for sure. What we can do is make it happen for his scheme. So we are going to bring in Brawn with God of Thunder. After he attacks, remove a threat from a scheme. So he'll go ahead and swing on this guy. Doing 1. Getting retaliated on. Take his damage. And take that down to 7. We're at 5 health. I think we'll risk it one more round with him. We'll keep the resources, drawing 2 more. Spider Girl and Piercing Strike. 5 cards on this side. Clear the area. Bruno. Downtime. Genius. Come on, someone to remove threat. And big hands. Yep, not getting it. So we get 3. Going up to 10. Attacking over here. Quake defends. Place a test counter. Oh, yes. That goes off. So we're discarding cards until we find a minion and put into play. Still does the quick strike. Then the attack happens. For 5. And we get hit again, down to 4. Then Brawn will defend. Give the villain a tough status. So he's still up. Then that guy hits us for 2. Shadow of the Past, not good. So we get Mr. Edison. Cannot take damage while you're engaged with another minion. That's not good in this scenario. Scheme of 3. Generation Y. When revealed, discard the top card of each player's deck for each ally and persona support in play. And it's getting 4 threat. So personas, 1, 2, and allies. So discarding 2 cards. Got 1 ally losing combat training. And over here, a mutate. We do get to draw 2 cards. So we're going looking for tech that will go attached to him. And things are not looking good all of a sudden. All right. So first player moves. So we're going to bring in God of Thunder first. Then we're going to do a piercing strike as an attack to get rid of stun. Then we're going to yell, get over here to that mutate, dealing 1 damage to him and engaging that enemy. Which allows us to draw 2 cards. We draw 1, get in a counter card and shuffle. One more card coming, Piercing Strike. Then we'll bring in Spider Girl to stun and confuse a minion, which would be the big guy. Then attacking for 2 over here. Before we go any further, I forgot to shuffle these in. Make our next card cheaper. Can't remember why that guy's tough, but we're going to get rid of it. Deal 3 damage to an enemy, gains piercing, so we discard the tough status first. So he's got 5 damage on him. And I'm pretty sure he retaliates. Then I think we've got to flip over and heal for 6, going up to 8 health. So Miss Marvel's feeling lonely. Attacking for 1 to get rid of Thomas Edison. Going to use Biokinetic Suit to generate a wild resource for that. Then we're going to shrink it so it can remove 4 threat from a scheme. And we draw a card, getting for Justice. Then we'll go ahead and play that, removing 4 threat from a scheme. See if that's enough. Let's see, health on that guy is 7. We're going to do big hands, dealing, let's see, really would like downtime over here too. We're going to do big hands anyway. Nope, we can do this. Helicarrier, making it 1 cheaper. So we've got big hands. We're going to do 6 damage. We're going to put it on that guy. Actually, no. He's stunned, but... Oh, he's supposed to be stunned and confused. It wasn't supposed to be tough. All right, got that figured out. So yes, we'll put the 6 damage on here. And end her turn. So we'll keep that, drawing 4 more. Wiggle room might be needed. Spider-Man for Justice and Daredevil. And over here, drawing 5. Helmet, 9 realms, Relentless Assault, Hammer Throw, and Lightning Strike. So we're going to get 3 threat to start with. Should be scheming over here for base 2. 3, 4. Lose that. 5 and 0. Well, the base 4 takes us up to 13. So with that, each player searches encounter deck and discard pile for a minion, reveals it, and shuffle the encounter deck. Then we get 2 threat on this, and the same stuff going on here. But I keep forgetting to add tokens on. So 2 threat Need to go find some minions. We'll bring the mutate over here. Comes in with toughness. We'll bring this guy in over here with quick strike. It's not going to matter. Picked him up because he's got 0 scheme. What a mess. So that was from him. He lost confused. He's scheming for 1. Then Zola's attacking over here. Spider-Girl jumps in the way. So it's a base 2. Draw the right card. 3 damage coming in. Then we're taking 1. And in counter cards, so Mind Ray, Zola schemes, and you are confused. So base 2, give him a tough status card. He's already got 1. And Surge to exhaust each persona support in play. For each support exhausted this way, the villain heals 1 damage. So it's up to 13. This is not going well. And a Mind Ray. Zola attacks you and you are stunned. All right, Braun goes in to save her life. And he does just that. So we made it through that. So for her, we're going to make her next card 1 cheaper. To bring in Spider-Man, after you play him from her hand, remove 3 threat per player from a side scheme. Then he'll thwart for 2. Which removes this from the game. Gets us Red Dagger and Lady Sif for Thor. We are going to flip over and heal for 6, so we're up to 9. And we'll just see what we get here. We'll use her ability. We get Sneak By, which I think I'm going to probably need, so yeah, I'll keep it. All right, over here. We are going to recover for 6, going up to 14. Flip over. Don't like the board. We're going to go ahead and use our laser cannon. So as a hero action, discard this card, remove it from the campaign log, deal 5 damage to the villain and each enemy engaged with you. So not an attack. Guard is not going to stop it. So everyone's taking 5 damage. Unfortunately, that's tough. That's the problem. Is there a better way? Nope, it's worth it, I guess. So he has 4 more health on him. He had 1 more health. And both of those are gone. We're going to discard a mental and physical to get rid of the power gauntlets. Hopefully I haven't forgotten to use that earlier. Make her next card cheaper. Bring in Lady Sif with Relentless Assault and the 2 Gods of Thunder. She's going to ready Thor. She will attack to get rid of toughness. And Thor will finish him off. And ender turn. I'm going to keep both of those on this side. Same thing over here. Sneak by and red dagger, drawing 4 more. Power of Justice, clear the area. Shang-Chi and White Tiger. And our 2 cards on this side, Genius and Get Over Here. So get 3 and a token. ZOLA is going to scheme over here for doing damage to each character you control. Annoying. Then attacking here. The lady takes it for 3. And counter cards. No minions to put it on, so it gets Surge. Now we've got a minion with toughness. And the villain attacks you. All right, Spider-Man defends. All right. So, little cleaner board. Thor's going to tell that guy to get over here, so we deal a damage to him. Gets rid of his toughness. We draw 2 cards, energy and a lightning strike. We're going to put our helmet into play, giving us +5 hit points. We're going to attack for 4. We're going to do a hammer throw, exhausting our hammer, putting it back in our hand to do 8 damage to an enemy. Down to 5. And I think she's probably going to need a helicarrier, so we're going to go ahead and just overpay to put her hammer back in. Then on this side, use her ability. Got some big hands. We'll use a mirror. Getting near the end there. I think we're going to go for Mockingbird. I like stunning things. Draw into a Spycraft. If only we had a spy. Then we'll make the next card we play 1 cheaper. We're going to heal for 6, go into our max 14 health. Flip over. So our next card's already 1 cheaper. We're going to make it even lower. So we're going to remove 5 threat from the scheme because of shrink. Then we're going to play White Tiger. Not using her ability. She's just going to come in and thwart for 3. Then we're going to clear the area using that as a resource. Move 2 threat and draw a card. Getting Elektra. So bring in Shang-Chi, spending an energy resource to stun an enemy. Then attack for 2. Taking him down to 3. We get retaliated on. And she has a damage on her. Then we're going to bring in Elektra, spending a physical resource to deal 3 damage to an enemy. Which takes care of this version. So, retaliate 1. When revealed, each player searches encounter deck and discard pile for a minion and reveals it. And 16 health per player, so 32. So we'll go for the Servant over on this side. Drawing 2 cards. Oops. Then on this side, we'll go for the mutate, even though he's going to come in and attack us for 2. Electra can attack to get rid of him. And unfortunately, we're still stunned. So to get rid of that, we're just going to make our next card cheaper, playing big hands, dealing 4 damage, but we just lose our stun status. And that will end our turn. I'm going to keep those 2. Piercing Strike and Relentless Assault. 5 cards on this side. Endurance, Power of Justice, Nick, another Endurance, and Strength. So attacking here, loses stunned. Attacking over here, Shang-Chi takes it. So base 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, I forgot him attacking. We'll take 1 from him. Then in counter cards, the villain attacks you. Very nice. We are just going to take it. So base 2, do 1 damage to each character you control. We don't control any other than us, so we take the 1 from that and then the 2 more damage. And just to make sure, yes, just the villain. And over here, now we're going looking for a side scheme. Maybe we won't find one. That's not really good for us either. Oh, found one, very last one. Another acceleration token. All right, it's too late for me to do this. So I forgot adding the 3 threat, which would have brought out a minion. We'll just go from here. So master plan. Which would have brought him out. Then he would have went looking for that. So not perfect, but it's still going to be detrimental to us. So he would have hit us for 4, down to 8. Then going for these. So we've got test subjects when defeated. First player discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until they discard a minion and reveal that minion. So shuffle up. That was a nasty turn rules-wise, but I think I fixed it as best as I could. All right, and we'll pass turn. So you just got +2 scheme, attack, and hit points. We're going to make the next card we play 1 cheaper. Bringing in Nick. He's going to go looking for 3 cards. We'll get 2 first. Get an encounter card and shuffle. One more card coming. Lockjaw. We're going to play Sneak By with the help of our suit. To remove 3 threat, 5 threat from a scheme. We'll get rid of this one. So the test subjects, We're discarding cards and revealing a minion for the first player. Finding a mutate who's going to go looking for an attachment. So he's got guard and +2 hit points. White Tiger's going to thwart for 3. So we are going to Electra for 3 on him. Nick Fury for 2 more. We're going to play Endurance on herself. Give us 3 more hit points, taking us to 11. Then we're going to attack over here to get rid of toughness. Flip over, doing our ability. Finding some big hands. And we'll use a mirror to put Mockingbird on the bottom. Draw a card. Then we're just going to, well, we'll hold on to that. We'll make the next card we play one cheaper. Put Endurance on this side of the board. Take him up to 18 health. And that's everything we've got. We are going to tell this guy to get over here, dealing the damage to him and engaging. Allows us to draw 2 cards into a Mean Swing and Mockingbird. Then we will attack here for 4, 7. So after he makes a basic attack, exhausts a weapon, and we get +3 attack for this. To take him out. Make our next card one cheaper, using God of Thunder to bring in Tigra. She's going to attack for 2. Over here. Yep, 7 health. Then Relentless Assault, paying a physical and God of Thunder, dealing 5 damage and overkill to take care of him and put 1 damage on him. Ending her turn. So we're going to keep both of those, drawing 4 more cards. Bruno for Justice, Spider-Man, and another Power of Justice. 4 cards on this side. Strength, press the advantage, a Mean Swing, and for Asgard. Now remember this time, 4 threat and a token. It's going to scheme over here for 3, 4, 5. Attack over here. Electra's going to take it. No, I'm sorry. Nick Fury. For 3. And counter cards. Edison's Giant Robot cannot take damage. Hero action, spend a mental resource until the end of the phase. Treat this card's printed text box as if it were blank. Then Alter Ego, we gain Surge. Going into a scheme for 3. Place a test counter on the main scheme. And Odin's Anger. Guess we're going to flip over and exhaust to remove that from the game. First player moves. Don't think we're doing 31 damage this round. First thing we're going to do is go looking for an Asgard trait card. finding Lady Sif. Then we're going to bring in Lady Sif using our other God of Thunder to ready Thor or Odinson. And then flip over. And I think I need to take all that back. Hero resource. So we will use press the advantage to go get Lady Sif. Then flip over. Now we can use strength and our two Gods of Thunder to bring her in to ready. So it still all works out, just needed to play it a little differently. Then she will thwart for 2. Tigra will thwart for 1. Thor is attacking as a base 4. Doing a mean swing, exhausting this to attack for 7. Down to 24. Retaliate on down to 17. Over here, use her ability. To go through her deck. There we go, big hands. So we'll use his ability. Agent Coulson on the bottom. Drawing a card and a genius. Make the next card you play reduced by 1. We will flip over. Hero action, spin that so we can do damage to that little guy. We'll bring Spider-Man in. He's 1 cheaper thanks to Nakia. No side schemes for him, but he can swing for 2. Next card we play is going to be 1 cheaper. And we're going to use our suit, dealing 4 damage, and embiggen to do 6 damage. Actually, we won't use the suit for that. We're going to use the other big hands to pay for it. Because we want to use our suit for this one, for justice. Making this the mental to remove 4. 6 threat from a scheme. And Elektra is going to attack for 3. Down to 21. And Miss Marvel swings for 1, down to 20 and 10. And end her turn. So 4 cards on this side. Combat training, press the advantage, Defender of the 9 Realms, and Valkyrie. 5 on this side. Big hands, Wiggle Room, Daredevil, Red Dagger, and Spycraft. 4 threat, get her 3rd token. First player's getting a friend. He's going to come in and hit him for 2. Allows us to draw 2 cards, press the advantage, and power of aggression. So then attacking over here. Tigra defends, base 2, 5 damage. This guy swings for another 2, down to 13. Attack over here. White Tiger defends. And counter cards. Got a Servant with toughness. And he's got more hit points, so now he's got +2 hit points and retaliate. Move first player. So reduce the cost of the first card we play to bring in Daredevil. He's going to thwart for 2. Dealing a damage to get rid of toughness. Going to ask for a helicarrier on this side to play big hands. Using our suit to pay for the other one to deal 6 damage with Embiggen. To take him out. Then we'll attack for 1. Let's see, we're at 5 there. We'll have him thwart for 2. Then we're flipping over, using her ability to find some wiggle room. Use a mirror to put big hands on the bottom. And draw into clear the area. Lady Sif's going to swing to take care of him. Actually, no. We'll bring Valkyrie in with the God of Thunder, dealing 3 damage to a minion to take care of him. Then swing for 2, down to 18. Taking her 2 damage. I'm going to press the advantage, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Down to 16. Retaliated on for 1. Then we're going to put in combat training with our God of Thunder, giving us +1 attack. So we're swinging for 5 now. Down to 11. Retaliated on again. And we'll just have her thwart for 2 for good measure. And end her turn and hope we can finish the next round without too much damage. So 4 threat, a token, scheming over here for 5, attacking over here. Valkyrie takes it, 5 damage. In counter cards, got a Servant with toughness. And over here, caught off guard. Discard an upgrade or support you control. No, don't think we're going to use downtime. So take care of all that, and then I got to take it back a step to draw some cards. I would have discarded those. Drawing 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Agent Coulson, Mockingbird, sneak by ×2. So a lot of thwarting. And on this side, hammer throw, piercing strike, power of aggression in the Hulk. So Lady Sif takes care of toughness. Going to do a hammer throw. So exhausting our hammer, goes to our hand, gets overkill and 8 damage. So 4 damage, 4 breaks through, down to 7. The Hulk will bring our hammer back. We are attacking for 5, down to 2. We're going to have Amir stack the deck for us with big hands on the bottom. I think the other one's big hands, but I forget. Drawing a card. Yep, big hands. Use our ability to get another big hands. Get an encounter card that's not going to matter. Shuffle. Make our next card one cheaper. Recover up to our max health. Flip over. Use our polymer suit with big hands to do 6 damage to an enemy. And that takes care of ZOLA. So I know one turn I made a few mistakes. Hopefully that didn't really affect the outcome. I think I had it pretty much under control there after a while. Still have a handful of cards to take care of all the threat if needed. So for our victory condition, each player engaged with an enemy records they are engaged with an enemy in the campaign log. Took care of everyone out in the field. Hydra Prison. If it's still in play, it's not. If it is not in play, each player in hero form, or both in hero form, may replace their basic condition upgrade with its improved side. So that means everything else is the same. Hero response: after you defeat a minion, exhaust this card to draw a card. And then over here, after you use recovery, exhaust this card to draw a card. And we record our remaining hit points. So he is down to 11 out of 14, and she's at her max. So the way that works is for the next game, we'll start at 11. This card comes into play, takes us up to 12. And for our deck construction, well, first off, for our next game, will be minus the laser cannon. For Thor, he's got 2 power of aggressions, combat training, 3 piercing strikes, 3 get over here's, 3 relentless assaults, 3 mean swings, 3 press the advantage, Hulk, Valkyrie, Tigra, Spider-Girl, and Brawn. And basic cards are 3 resources, Helicarrier and Mockingbird. Then Miss Marvel, 2 power of justice, 3 clear the area, 3 for justice. Agent Coulson, Spider-Man, Daredevil, Quake, Under Surveillance, Counterintelligence, and Spycraft. And the basic cards, we got our 3 resources, Helicarrier, 2 endurance, 2 downtime, Mockingbird, Lockjaw, and Nick Fury. So as always, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.